Dr. Pamela here, and thank you so much for joining us today. So this is another episode of Sacred Fertility Talks. So we're still gonna continue talking about the powerful journey of Call in the Baby series. But today we are gonna talk about the straight to the root, the soil actually. So we're gonna talk about food. All right, so Dr. Erin and I gonna be talking about how to improve microcirculation in the gonads. So when we talk about the gonads, it's the testes in male and then also in ovaries in female. And we're gonna talk about nutritional support that gonna help this to regulate the hormones, enhance fertility, and support the endocrine system at every stage of life, not just those that trying to receive pregnancy. This is basically from when you hit puberty until you get old. Welcome back, Dr. Erin. So I'm excited to talk about the topic today. It's more tangible. So it's not philosophical. This is more tangible. You can apply it on daily basis. And we are excited to do this for all the listeners.
I just want to stay with those tangible touch points. What do we do? Right? We're thinking in our emotions, but this is physical stuff. Go buy it, put it in your mouth and swallow it. That's what we're going to do.
So what we're going to be talking exactly today is we're going to talk about a food supplement. So we both been using it. We are authorized healthcare professional partners. So the product that we're going to be talking about is from Standard Process. So we both been to the farm. So we basically witness how they call it from farm to table, right, Erin?
That's right. From seed to supplement.
Yeah. You want to share your experience because you just got back?
I did. Look, so this is my Standard Process cup. It might be backwards for you guys. So I just got to go to the farm again. It was amazing. I think it's it's like rereading a book. You go the first time and you pick up all these details, then you go the second time and I picked up all kinds of new details. I was at a slightly different time of year, so the state of the farm was different. But just so people know, it's a USDA organic certified sustainable farm. So they pretty much have to follow incredibly rigorous standards to maintain that certification. There's about 800 acres. They grow, and it's up in Palmyra, Wisconsin. So they have a short growing season because it's snowy there all the time. So it's incredibly efficient. And the way that they lay things out, the way that they do things, it's all maximized for their growing region, their soil quality, and they're working on increasing the vitality of the product the rest of the year. When they're not growing it, they're working on how do we make it better. So it's just the most incredible place. And I don't think there's any other supplement company where you can go see that they're growing the food that's going to turn into a pill that you're going to put into your mouth and swallow it. And that food never leaves that farm. It is grown there, harvested there, it is cultivated and then put through the washer and the drying. Everything happens on site. So it goes in the ground and then it goes into the manufacturing plant and it's ready to be shipped out, and it has never left that square of land. So it's not coming from any other country. It's not going through any other manufacturing facility. So within 24 hours, that product is coming out of the ground and being turned into what it's going to become in its future. And that maintains the highest level of purity and density. There's just more vitamins and stuff that doesn't have to get boxed up and shipped around. So I think Pamela and I can both attest.
Yes.
It's just the best product out there. Once you go Standard Process, you never go back.
Exactly. And I remember when we went for the first time, I just remember the food. It's so fresh. It's literally farm to table. So when we went for the farm tour, they fed us with the actual vegetable that they use for the supplement. Oh my God, I remember the pumpkin soup. It was so good. Literally from the dirt to the bowl. Nothing, right?
And we didn't get to tour the manufacturing facility when we went last time because it was during COVID. And so we weren't allowed in that production house. So going in this time, there is a drying machine. It's 42 feet long. So think about it like this. They pull, let's say, buckwheat. buckwheat's really juicy. When it comes out of the ground, it has a lot of juice and oils and extract in the plant. It comes out, it gets juiced, cold pressed, and they squish out all the juice. And then that juice is delivered into this drying machine that turns it from juice into dehydrated crystals in 2 minutes. From the time it enters and it runs down a 42 feet table, and then it comes out in 2 minutes, and it's this pure crystalline green powder that becomes the buckwheat tablets and capsules.
That's the Cyruda.
Yes.
We're going to talk about it. Yeah.
Yes. Anyway,
So before we start talking about this product, just a disclaimer. So we both not being paid to do this podcast. So we only the authorized healthcare professional partners. So if you decided you want to buy the product later, so I'm going to attach the link. But if you choose to go different vendors, normally they have it on retailer, the actual retailer, nutritionist, that's fine too. At least you get this information to help you make a good decision. All right. Should we begin the first product? So Erin gonna do the first product. Erin gonna be talking about 4 products or food supplement that use a lot based on the discussion that we're talking about. And I'm also gonna talk about 4 products. So this is ranging from stress management to detox support, heart health, and fertility balance. The first one is Cataplex B Core.
it's not really old. The B core, I'd say 3 or 4 years old. They took Cataplex B, which was the standard B, and they reformulated it to concentrate it down. You don't have to take as many of the B core as you have to do of the Cataplex B to get that recommended daily allowance. So it's sort of like a super concentrated version of B. One of the reasons why I chose this one, B vitamins are metabolic activators. Basically, it's qi. For the Chinese medicine people out here, B vitamins are qi. They're turning on the processes of your body. And there are a lot of things in fertility. There we go. Fertility and endocrine regulation that without enough B vitamins, you're not going to do it very well. So one of the reasons why I chose the B is for that, because it's nerve health, it's energy production and circulation, therefore. But also your uterine landscape, for all you ladies out there, your uterine landscape is very much like a heart. There is a certain type of muscle tissue that's only found in these 2 places in your body. So I always tell my clients, anything that's good for your heart is also going to be good for your uterus because they're very similar. They're muscular structures. They have to deal with this high volume of blood. So when we're working on heart health, you're working on uterine health. And B Core, it is exactly formulated to improve heart tone and heart function. So its impact on circulation is coming from that perspective. It's going to turn on your metabolism and really get your blood circulating systemically. And that's going to be really beneficial for your uterus, among other things.
Yes, so I remember taking Cataplex B Core when I was going through some health condition. Like when you get extreme fatigue, right? Fatigue is not has some. They said when you have fatigue, that's adrenal exhaustion. But when I took this one 2 years ago, right, recommended by professional, it helps a lot with the energy production because it works on the heart and literally you eating the food. So if you're lazy to eat good food or you just eating bad food, what I mean bad food is just no nutritional value, popping up with one of these food supplement enough to help you to basically during the summer, the hot season.
For people that don't know, the biggest things that get rid of your B vitamins, refined flours and sugars. So all the junk food, alcohol, all of those things that we're eating that are not good for us are getting rid of your B vitamins faster. So this is like, you got to go put all that nutrition back in if you're eating bread and pasta and wheat flour and drinking alcohol and all that summertime stuff that we like to do because we're celebrating.
Exactly. It's good to have in your bag, your traveling bag. All right, moving forward, we're gonna go to the next one. This is my favorite one. Yes, better food. So I have that over here, but Dr. Erin gonna talk about it. So it looks like this. This is a small. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'm gonna put it over here. But Dr. Erin gonna talk about that.
So beta food, I think this is one of Dr. Pamela and our favorite go-to. It's a go-to. If I had a top 5 list, this might be in there because it just does so many things.
Yes.
It's made of organic beet greens and
Yes.
beet the root, right? So if you grow a beet in the ground, you've got the big bulb at the bottom, but then you have this big, beautiful green, bushy top, and those are leafy greens. So the whole plant is used in making the beta food. So there's a lot of beet products on the market, but most of the time they're only the root, which tends to also be high in sugar. So
Yeah.
one of the things that Standard Process does is they use the whole plant. So you're getting all of the nutrients and you're still getting the biggest dose of the whole food complex.
Mhm.
So the reason why we like this one the most, and this is one of my go-tos, is the way that it works on the liver and gallbladder. So in the Chinese medicine, it's moving qi and blood. So you can tell that because it works on your moods and emotions. It's excellent for digestive problems, especially people who tend to get backed up, get constipated, get bloaty.
Yes.
Women that are having a lot of menstrual, you're just kind of up and down all through their menstrual cycle. Those are all indicators that your liver is stagnant. And beta food, those beets just get in there and they clean it up. And it's amazing because the root works on the blood and the greens work on the qi. So in this one product, we've got both directions. So part of that circulation is that it increases nitric oxide production. And
Yes.
right, there we go.
Yeah.
So that is this whole circulatory function, and it really works on the bile flow. And that's why the digestive processes tend to get so much bigger. And then you metabolize fats better, and hormones
Yes.
are fat-based, right? So you have to step back and look at these big pictures sometimes. You've got the microcirculation from the direct impact of the nitric oxide, but then you've also got the macro impression of moving the qi, the digestion, the fats. Dr. Pamela, you say what you like about it.
Oh, so the reason I use this one, this is basically number one supplement I prescribe if you have constipation. Sometimes people think you get constipated because your large intestine. No, it's because you have a sluggish gallbladder. This is when people say, oh, I have pain on my right side, right there below my liver. Or they said, it's just something they say it's pain, sharp pain, cannot poop, bloated, all this kind of thing. But this is in general, but for those that having trouble with microcirculation on the gonads area, right? They also said pain on the genital area. So that's the reason why I like to use this. But I discover another advantage, another benefit for this. If you have a skin problem, rashes, summer heat, all these things coming out from nowhere, right? And not healing, do you have that for a long time? You take this one, you are within the week consistently, two tablets 3 times a day, man, it just cleans up your skin.
It does. And people that have bug bites, right? There's bugs everywhere.
Yes. Yeah.
Bug bites, especially people that they're really itchy and they don't heal well. Bug bite that turns into a scab and it takes a long time. Beta food works really well on that for what Dr. Pamela's talking about. It's that whole liver filtration system and it'll just help get rid of all the toxins and then your body can purify those things. And we should also say the genitals themselves, the channel that encircles the genitals is the liver. So in order to affect the gonads, to get into the nether regions, you have to get into that liver qi circulation. So food is going to do all of that for you.
Yep. Perfect. Excellent. So we're moving forward to the next one. So this one I have not, well, I've used this one before. So min checks.
Yep.
This is one of my favorite before you go to bed. You take this one, you just zoned out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Minchex. Minchex is also really great for women that are going through hormonal shifts and we get hot really easy, even if it's not like menopause or perimenopause. Sometimes women, just different times of your cycle, people will get night sweats with their period, or you get really anxious around ovulation. Just you've got all these fluctuations. And Menchex is one of the strongest mineral tranquilizers. So it's minerals that come from the fruit and vegetables, and then you take it, and it helps your whole nervous system come down.
Cool down.
It's a cooling thing. And I like Dr. P, I give people to take it at bedtime because it helps you get a deeper sleep. My husband loves it. I give it to my kids when they can't fall asleep. Menchex is on heavy rotation in my house.
Mm.
You can
It's
also
great for summer heat. It basically anchor you down and you sleep like a baby.
in Chinese medicine, the category of relaxing your mind and treating your anxiety, one of them is called calming the shin, and they calm your spirit. So if you've got something coming up that day that you're really nervous about, or you've got to go to a doctor's appointment and you're worried about, you can take one of these, and it's not a tranquilizer. It's not going to make you feel, well, it's going to feed your nervous system in a way that your nerves are like, I'm good. I got what I need. So it
Yeah.
just kind of settles the sharp edges without making you feel, "Ugh."
I love it. Yes. So, and then the next one, so we take that one as well. This is for my husband. This is the ashwagandha. So everybody knows about the ashwagandha, but why standard process ashwagandha is my favorite. Dr. Erin is using that too.
Well, so why I like it, it is so MediHerb. It's not made by Standard Process. It's made by MediHerb, which is an Australian company. But if there was ever a company that had the same level of care and attention to detail and product processing and all the things as Standard Process, it's MediHerb. So for everything that Standard Process is to food, MediHerb is to herb. So it's got the highest, just the standards are incredible. And so you can go to Walmart. Ashwagandha has gotten really popular. It's in all the
Yes.
blogs. You can get it everywhere. But I'm telling you, if you take one tablet of this ashwagandha, you're not going to find a better version of it.
No.
And they're using the whole plant. So you're getting all the active ingredients because sometimes the different parts of the plant are harder to find or harder to grow or whatever. You had something happen to the crop and the leaves fell off or whatever. But when you're working with MediHerb, you know that you're getting the best consistent across the board whole plant activity. So this one, I picked it because it is an adaptogen, which means it's helping your body adapt to your environment and to stress and to your daily life. It's really good for people that are wired and tired. So their adrenal glands, their stress response is a little wonky, their nervous system is a little dysregulated. So they're feeling like worn out and burned out, but also amped up and can't relax. So ashwagandha moderates that and just helps keep things even. So I put it in the category of balancing fire and water, right? And in the summertime, it's fire season. We need to nourish that cooling water activity to keep our nervous system from overheating just by exposure alone, but also long days in the sun and lots of social
Yes.
stuff like we talked about. So this one, and pound for pound, this one is one of the least expensive highs, right? So it's not expensive to get the best ashwagandha. And then it's just one thing that you can take to help clear the runway.
All right. So that's the 4 products that Dr. Erin has discussed that will be able to help not just for somebody that trying to receive pregnancy, but this is for general. Once you hit the puberty all the way down to old age, you can find benefit from all these supplements. So I picked 4. So the first one is cod liver oil. This is my favorite. So let me pull it out here, cod liver oil. All right, it looks like this. The reason I like this one, this cod liver oil, right? Because it rich with essential fatty acids. And you can find this anywhere. Like Dr. Erin said, you can go find it at major retail store. But why I choose standard process? Because I know how they manufacture or assemble into one supplement. So it's huge. So when you take one, right, it looks like this. It's a little bit huge. I'm not sure if you can see it, but a little bit huge. You just take once a day and it stabilizes your hormone. What I mean, stabilize your hormone, right? You don't get the sugar craving all the time. And you get good balanced energy, meaning your energy is stabilized. It's not like, oh my God, we got to drop all sugar low and up again. It's just like balancing your blood sugar. And not only that, it also helps support, if you're trying to receive pregnancy, it helps support the eggs and sperm quality. And then also it's a skin elasticity because as it's an oil, and it's also benefit the uterine lining. And the famous one, I use this for people that always complain with arthritic joint. You take some oil like cod liver oil, because it's the cod liver oil. Just think of this lubrication. So when you get arthritic joint, meaning there is no more lubrication, you just like a car. This is like what's that oil that you put in the car?
Motor oil.
To get it going. So when you eat this one, it make your joint more flexible and less crackling joint. So that's the reason why I picked this. You can use omega-3 as well, but this is my favorite, cod liver oil, because it helps me stabilize my blood sugar, regulate the hormone, and also it basically help with the skin.
Sure. Naturally occurring vitamin A and vitamin D.
Yes.
So it's already got a little bit just by the means of what it is.
Yes.
In Chinese medicine treats, so it's cod liver oil. So it's going to go to the liver, and the liver is the qi flow and the circulation and the hormone balancing and all that. So it's just a beautiful synergy. And let's also say, for all the people that are like, oh, I can't take fish oil because I burp it up and it's gross. Number one, that means you probably have rancid fish oil. It's probably not good or old or expired, because then it's going to taste really nasty. Number two, you're not processing fat very well. So if you have a hard time taking something like this and you want to try it, take it with the beta food. The beta
Yes.
food has
Yes.
the chemicals in it that will help your liver gallbladder break down those fat molecules. And then when you take it at the same time, it's going to help it go through, and then you won't have the belchy problem. If you're burping up fish oil, that's just telling you something's going on in your body. So
Yes.
indicator light.
Yep. So for those that are not sure what is vitamin D and A, right? So and vitamin A in cod liver oil, the D is for your bones and also for your immune system, and the A is your eye. Who doesn't need, you need to live long, right? To just see what's ever
Well,
going on. Yeah.
and we have these machines
Yeah.
that are zapping our eyes. So
Yeah.
more vitamin A than ever. And this is not vitamin A as beta carotene that you have to turn into vitamin A. This is pure, real, unadulterated vitamin A, because that comes from animal products. That doesn't come from plant products.
Yep. All right. So moving forward, that's a great information there. So moving forward, we have Easy Mag. So I never knew about Easy Mag before until I met Dr. Erin. I said, what the heck is this? This magnesium. But when I discovered that magnesium has several types, glycinate or whatever it is, right? I tried most of them, but it doesn't agree with me. But when I find out about this one through Dr. Erin, she told me about this one, right? This is a plant magnesium, and it was made with, if I'm not mistaken, it was part of the ingredient is buckwheat, right?
Yep.
Buckwheat and chard. And this is very good to regulate the nervous system. So I have patients that have a recurrent panic attack every time something. She has hard time balancing the blood pressure. But when she takes this, right, 2, 3 of them, she just mellow down. And the other thing that she told me, it doesn't upset the stomach because it's food, it's vegetable. So if the body recognizes a vegetable, right, not a man-made product, the body, I receive kind of thing.
I've had a lot of people tell me that they're taking magnesium, but it gives them diarrhea. And that's usually because it's some sort of a salt. And that salt pulls a lot of water into the bowels. And then your bowels get kind of wet and sloppy, and it gives you diarrhea. So even for people though that take magnesium for their constipation issues, what we're giving you is some good alternatives that have way bigger bang for your buck. Easy Mag, pound for pound, this kind of magnesium crosses the blood-brain barrier better than any other form. And so there's a ton of research. If you're a research person and you have questions about this, you can go to this website, to the Standard Process website. There's also a sister one, and they'll give you all the research you want to see about why their products do what they do. So I guarantee you might be taking a different magnesium. You need to be taking this one. It's just better across the board.
So normally I do take magnesium, but I take it at night. So I combine magnesium with cod liver oil. So literally it stabilizes my blood sugar, and also it calms the nervous system, and you just sleep throughout the night. There is no getting up, I gotta go pee, all these things. No. When you hit the bed, right? When your head hit the pillow, you sleep straight until 6 o'clock. So
It's
I
true.
like that.
All my people-
Uninterrupted.
That's right. If sleeping is one of your issues, you need to try that combination.
Yeah, especially when you're going through trying to receive pregnancy, right? You are anxious a lot, but you just sabotage yourself for doing that. So if you take these two, right, it basically calm your nervous system down and basically prepare your body to receive the pregnancy. Or probably take that before you have an intercourse in the bed, kind of thing. You relaxes and then you have everything lubricated, right? All right, and then two more. So the next one is Cyruda. Cyruda is my favorite. I have a patient that literally comes in and bought 5 of them at one time. They said, just in case I run out of this one. So let me pull out what is Cyruda.
So I'll talk about it while you're doing that. Cyruda, again, buckwheat is one of the main ingredients in Cyruda Plus. And different kinds of buckwheat go into these different products. So like I said, Standard Process is excellent about using all the parts of the plant. So some of it might have more leaf and some of it might have more stem or root. And then they're combined in different ways because different pieces, buckwheat flowers don't have the same energetic signature as the leaves. So we're looking at it from what's the most beneficial to this particular blend and what is that blend's objective. So Cyruda is all about blood vessel support. That is its number one issue is blood vessel support. All right. Go ahead.
So the way that I use this and I prescribe this to patient, I have one patient came in, I think 2, 3 years ago, and she was so scared and upset that her cardiologist was telling her that she has a plaque in her arteries in the heart. It's really thick. So because she has a high cholesterol as well. But when I prescribe this one to her and I say, stay consistent. So basically you have to do every day 2 or 3 tablets. It's a small tablets, 2 to 3 times a day. Take it like a food. Don't take it like this is a medicine. Take it like as you eating. And then a month later, when she came back and for treatment, right? And she said she was excited to share me the result. She said, the doctor ran out all these scan tests. It's basically gone. And she is a strong believer that the Cyruda have helped her. So she's been taking this for quite some time. And every time when she goes see the cardiology, right? Cardiologist, everything in the heart, especially the artery, is working super good. So if you trying to figure out, oh, how do I clean the arteries? Of course, if it is severe, you have to go through surgery, put a stent and everything. But if you can do it naturally with food, right? Wouldn't that be better? Right, Dr. Erin?
Absolutely. And again, we're talking about the heart, we're talking about the uterus, right? We're talking about the blood vessels. The uterus is made of blood vessels. So some key indicators of a female of any age, female or male, but definitely women, as we're talking to you, the majority, if you have varicose veins, if you have varicose veins showing up, if you have spider veins, those little crackly small spider veins popping up,
Especially in the legs.
those are indicators that you need this. This is the healing element that's going to prevent you from developing more, and it stops the process that's creating that capillary either engorgement or fragility, doesn't matter. So also women that have really spotty periods, women that had problems in a previous pregnancy, if you had any of these vascular things that showed up in a previous pregnancy, if you had high blood pressure in a previous pregnancy, those are all indicators that your blood vessels need support, and Cyruta Plus is going to be your go-to for that.
And then if you going through menopause, this is a must, because those that going through menopause, your heart is basically in needs of support. So you need this one of the requirement to go through menopause.
And also for the men, we're talking about conception, but anything else, if you have a husband that's going through menopause or andropause and he's aging, he needs this too, because it's going to prevent all that cardiovascular stuff. It's also really good for erectile dysfunction or
Oh,
problems
yes.
because of how it works on the vascular structure. It's good for sperm production because of how it works on the vascular structure and microcirculation. So if you have anybody that's had sperm issues, it's just like, it should be in the water. Everybody should have this every day.
Yes, I agree. And last product is Cardio Plus. So while I'm pulling this one, Dr. Erin, you want to talk about Cardio Plus real quick?
So it's a giveaway in the title, right? It's cardio. This was the #1 top seller for standard process for, I don't know, 50 years or something. It's an old formula. This formula is one of Dr. Royal Lee's original formulas, and he was sort of a cardio phenomenon. And the company is 95 years old. So we're talking about the early 1900s that this information was coming out. So this has been around a long time. And like I said, anytime you're talking about the uterus, you can talk about the heart and vice versa.
Yep. So the way that I use Cardio Plus, again, is a must. So Cardio Plus, I always combine that with Cyruta. So this is for heart health. Those that no longer menstruating or have blood circulation problem, right? This is my go-to if they do not want to take an herbs. They said, oh, I cannot take herbs because many reasons, right? So I said, well, this is food supplement. Since your diet is not too great, right? We have to close the gap so you'll be able to get better faster. So that's all eight food supplement that we recommend from standard process. We not just talk about it, we are using it ourselves, and then we basically giving them or prescribe them to our patient.
Right.
So
Thing is, take it or eat it. So if
yeah,
you're not eating buckwheat and Swiss chard and all of these foods and liver and all the things, you don't have to eat those things because they're available to you as these products. So people say, oh, I don't want to take a bunch of pills. Well, just think about it. These are meals you didn't have to cook.
literally.
You didn't have to go to the store and do all that work. All you had to do was just put the pills in your mouth and swallow it. And then you got beets and radishes and all the different things that we just talked about. So take it or eat it.
This is better than the cold smoothie. So people said, I gotta take this smoothie because it holds all the ingredients, right? No, your stomach cannot basically process that. It's too much for that stomach to process. So this is the best way. It's already formed where your body able to absorb that properly, right?
Right.
But anyway, we get to the end of the conversation. Do you have anything else you want to say?
If you guys have questions, anybody watching this, you can reach out to either one of us and ask. We'll be happy to talk with you about what you need to do, how you can get these products.
There you go. But we're gonna also put a link at the bottom of this page, or you can, like Dr. Erin said, reach out to one of us and we go from there.
Sure.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Erin, for the, I think, very good conversation. We basically give something tangible for listener to have today. All right. Until next time, take care for now.